So earlier on, I mentioned that there are various file types, and that file types would also, again, tell us what the nature of the file and what kind of access we can have. And in terms of access, when we say read, what does it mean for that kind of file? So when we talk about files in Linux, everything is considered a file. I mentioned that earlier. So when I say everything, it includes settings, include users, include um, normal files, as we will call them, and then it also include directories. Now, there are various files. So earlier on, what I showed you had a dash. It could be anything ranging from what we have on our screen. It could be a dash, it could be a B, it could be a C, it could be a D, it could be an L. So anytime you see a DAO, it's just a normal file. So when I say normal file, what you consider a file in Windows, or I have a file, I've saved a Word file or something file. Those are just what we refer to as the normal files. And the symbol or character that will be used to represent that will be the dash. But let's say we're talking about block files. So B will represent block files. So we're talking about storage, things like the floppy disks, more like devices. Those are block files. We also have what we call the character file. The character file will be something around something that can interact. So input, say systems that would interact directly with the system or the processes. So things like the keyboard, the mouse. Assuming you have a game controller, the controller. These are all character files because they deal with specific characters. The next one is the D character, which is for directory. So with the D character, we're talking about folders. So a folder will be represented by a D. So once you do, like when you create a file, sorry, a folder, again, file, folder, folders are files anyway. So when you do that mkdir and you say maybe folder new, technically when we do an ls-l, folder new would be showing D. Why? Because the type of file is a directory. It's not a normal file. It's a directory. The last one is the link file. So a link file, normally link files are linking to other files. They are not necessarily they are more like pointers. We'll see that later on in one of our sessions, what they do. But in this particular one, we're going to be looking at how to do things with directories and normal files.